Showed good speed in the trial with the blinkers on. He's drawn well. Does he settle in the first few today?
I think so, yeah. I've said to Aaron sort of be positive out and try and hold a spot. Like if they go sort of too quick, then he might be able to just box seat. But, you know, if he jumps well, he might even lead. So left it up to Aaron. He's obviously knows what he's doing, so don't give him too many instructions.
Good luck.
Cheers, thanks.
Yeah, well, he is a clear favourite on tab, 260 tab over the 4 Devils in. I'm 4216, so I'm just going to stick with him, Devils in. He's fit. If I'm going to take the punt with him at a 7 with a little plane, but I will say I'm frightened about Oakfield Mahogany. He looked ready to go. His trials are good. Lovely big horse. Big, strong fella. When he got out in the sun, that coat of his was gleaming. No quarantine, got a lot of time for him, the toppy. Had he drawn a little bit better gate, but I wouldn't sell him short. And 6 hard to dismiss. Fit mare, not an over big mare for the Scotty Singleton, yeah, but she's rock solid in condition. But I'll stick with him here, Devils in. 4216.
2, 4, 1 and 6. I've just gone the other way with Oakfield Mahogany. Blinkers go on. He loved his most recent trial there. There's been plenty of form come out of the trial, and he was racing in far stronger company than what he meets here today. The 4 Devils in. He was a clear standout in the yard. He's done nothing wrong all campaign. He was impressive to win last start at Dubbo. Top weight, no quarantine. Was taken by his parade. Haven't seen him for a little while, but he's really developed with the break. And the 6, hard to dismiss. She's never too far away. 2, 4, 1 and 6. Madeline Owen knows our second elect here, the 4. Devils in very well, and Gary caught up with his rider a short time ago.
Yeah, it was a nice little confidence run for him there. He sat off them and got a nice cut into the race, and he really sprinted away from them late.
You look at his form, Matty, and you look at his last 5 runs, just once he's blotted the copybook when Toddy tried to get him to run 1,500.
Yeah, he sort of overdid it there and just didn't quite run it out, so he put the blinkers on, sent him back to the 1,200, and he's really seemed to found his mark there.
It was really a dubbo. You did switch him off over the last, 100 metres?
Yeah, well, he won comfortably. I didn't want to do too much. We're going to do the short backup, so yeah.
It's a race when you look at the speed maps, if they've got it right, there's plenty of speed up in there.
Yeah, there's plenty of speed. It'll just depend on what jockeys want to be up there. But I think he's a bit versatile, but preferably would like to have a bit of cover.
What about gambling in the last? He's had the 1 run back.
Yeah, I think sort of new trainer, he could improve there.
A good day at Tuncurry the other day. Someone was telling me he had a buster in the first and bounced off that, went bang, bang.
Yeah, well, it made my day okay.
And Mum's going good too, isn't she?
Mum's training a fair few winners at the moment, but yeah, it's really good to ride winners for her.
Righto. Keep the good work up. Righto, $3, $2.70, $2.60, now $2.50, Oakfield Mahogany. So, yeah, he's been well supported. Beautiful gate. Looked enormous in the yard. Just heard from Madeline there. With Devils in. He was $8 into $7. He's back out to weights, and top weight $7 out to weight 50, which is no quarantine, which I'm going to follow out of the race because I don't think he'll be far off winning on that horse.
Nope. This is a really competitive race, and I think there'll be a few nice horses to follow out of this. I just landed on Oakfield Mahogany, like the most recent trial, and we go back through his form. He's been racing in far stronger races than what he meets today.
See, well, there's a little bit of money coming though. Just Spectre, your mare. Your mare down the bottom, which is called Discreet Lady, the 11, 17s, 14s, 13s. So have we got her in the quaddie today?
I'm going to be cranky if she wins today because I've left her out.
I copped the serve the other day because I left her out and you had her in, but you haven't got her anywhere in there today.
No, and I'm going to be cranky. I just thought this race
he
might
will be dirty, Tommy, too. Don't worry.
Hey, upsetting Tommy too.
Oh, right, okay.
I just thought this race might be slightly harder than what she contested last start, but she is racing very well discreetly. Likewise with Mrs. Ed, I think she can run.
I don't think she's out of it. Mrs. Ed. And probably, if anything, she races better here than anyone else.
Yep, I agree.
And I interviewed Ben earlier on, and he likes her. He gave her a good push. So what's Mrs. Ed? 12.
She's not even
in the market. No, Mr. Ed's not in today. Mrs. Ed's in. Right, you don't even know Mr. Ed, did you?
No.
You never watched him, did you?
No.
No, your mother has.
Before my time, Gary.
Your mum. I have a look at this for a go now. 250, 225 now, Oakfield Mahogany. So the punters have stepped right into him, and that's happened in the last 60 seconds. So You'd be pretty happy about that. 225. I'm taking 850. Mine, Devils in.
As long as the right one wins.
Yeah, I'd like mine to win anyway. 4216.
2416. Here's Rod Fuller.
And as Mel and Gary join us from Thoroughbred Central, just looking at the rainfall in the scope of Coffs Harbour Tormina Cup Day, fingers crossed on Friday. Nothing at Kempsey, nothing at Port Macquarie since 9 o'clock yesterday morning. Coffs Harbour's had 43 mils, Grafton Airport 22, the Township 29, Ballina 74 mils since 9 o'clock yesterday morning, Lismore 57. So it's just really the rainfall from Coffs Harbour up to the Queensland border and beyond. So no quarantine is the next one to be positioned for the 8th event. No quarantine coming off a last start, third behind Small Town. Daniel Want makes the trip from Grafton. So Sumo Fish being led forward. Nerve centre. Yes. All righty, thank you. And Ruben Lachlan, our chief steward. So Oakfield Mahogany, the favourite, has cast a plate, and they're just rectifying that issue. So I can see rider Aaron Bullock out of the saddle. Off the top of the head, 133.5 wins for the season in front of James McDonald and Ben Looker. And that win of equivocal in the 4th event took Ash Morgan, after his trebled yesterday, took him to 55 wins. Nathan Doyle is the trainer of Tequila Cabos in the upcoming event. So far, we've had former Victorians, Raised by Wolves, Equivocal, and Rommel's Wish. So Mrs. Ed is the next one coming up to the line. That plating adjustment almost completed with Oakfield Mahogany. Hard to Dismiss is right back with Christian Reith, right back with Oakfield Mahogany. So you're thinking Bruce McKenzie, with all the Oakfield horses, he's been a wonderful supporter of racing, breeder, owner, and all of his horses with the Oakfield name. So Forbidden Palace comes forward. Oakfield Mahogany is the last one to link up. So the line just about set. 220 Oakfield Mahogany. It's been worked around with the aid of an attendant. Aaron Bullock with only one winner today. Better Not Bitter in the 2nd event. And further news coming to hand. Okay, so the plate refitted. Everything okay with Oakfield Mahogany. Line is set. John Oxley Motors Class 2, red light, 1,200 metres. They stand. Ready for them. They're racing on the outside. Hard to Dismiss was one of the fastest to begin, but it was short-lived because Move and Denman moves up, assumes control. Mrs. Ed second, Devils in on the inside of it from Tequila Cabos. A half to Foolish, followed by Tillman. 3/4 Oakfield Mahogany on the inside. Around it was War Memorial from Sumo Fish, 2 lengths away. Hard to Dismiss, who eases out of the early speed battle from Discreet Lady, Forbidden Palace, and last of all was No Quarantine. Down the side of the track at the 700, Move and Denman a half in front. Devils in right there. Second, Mrs. Ed is third from Tequila Cabos and Foolish. A length to Tillman, a half length to Oakfield Mahogany, patiently ridden on the inside of Sumo Fish from War Memorial. Discreet Lady, Hard to Dismiss, well back, No Quarantine, and last of all was Forbidden Palace. Around the home turn they head, and racing to the front is Mrs. Ed. Mrs. Ed went clear over Devils in second. Here's Sumo Fish on the outside from Tillman. Mrs. Ed in front, claimed by Sumo Fish, Oakfield Mahogany, and Hard to Dismiss with a barnstorming run down the outside. Sumo Fish in front. Hard to Dismiss won't get it. Sumo Fish beat Hard to Dismiss, Oakfield Mahogany from No Quarantine and Tillman. Mrs. Ed followed by Foolish and Forbidden Palace. Next was Devils in, followed by War Memorial, Tequila Cabos, Discreet Lady. The early pacemaker Move and Denman at the tail of the field.
He's on fire, Wayne Wilson. 3 winners for the day. Sumo Fish won here 2 runs ago. Hard to dismiss, tried hard. Oakfield Mahogany had his chance. He got him out at the right time, but he just couldn't sprint quick enough for him. And right out wide, it just couldn't pick that number up.
Out wide was No Quarantine.
Was it the toppy? Okay. Yeah, well, he was getting home. He was getting home all right. You'll make those numbers 13, 6, 2 and 1. But, yep, that gives him 3 winners. It gives Andrew Gibbons 3 winners for the day. Well done to him.
Yeah, good effort. This horse was jumping from a Class 1 to Class 2 company. It was brilliant to win here 2 runs ago. Just over 8 at the 12.50 last start. They brought him back to 1,200 metres. There was solid tempo up in front, and he's give a good kick late. Hard to dismiss. She was doing her best work late. And the 2, Oakfield Mahogany, got a nice run in transit. Had to get off the heels of a couple of horses, but has found the line well, and we'll wait for that 4th number. But I do favour the top weight out wide. So 13, 6, 2, and perhaps our top weight, Gary's with our winning trainer, Wayne Wilkes.
Well done. 3 winners on the day. Congratulations, Wayne.
Thanks a lot, Gary. Horses are running well and well ridden by Andrew. You got to thank the staff back home and everyone that's behind the scenes, the farriers and that. My daughter-in-law Chloe and my son Joel, who are over in Scone doing things for me as well. So
that was a pretty tidy winner. Not only that, it was a good field.
It was, yeah. Look, he just over-raced a little bit last start where he went hard at Taree. He jumped from a wide alley and just had no cover. Today, Andrew's got cover with him and he's settled and relaxed and found the line quite strong.
I like the way he found the line. Like I said, he was meeting a little bit tougher company today than what he met at Taree, and that was merit in that win.
Yeah, look, there's plenty of upside to him. He can sort of probably get out to a bit further as well. Just as long as he learns his racing manners, has got to stay good, where he can relax and finish off.
And that little bit of speed on front helps him too.
Sure does. Well, it helps in a lot of races too, but it helps him, he's just that high cruising speed horse.
Great day at the office.
Thanks a lot.
Good on you. Well done, Wayne. So you just swapped those numbers around there a minute ago. 12 has... 12 has run for Mrs. Ed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so 13, 6, 2 and 12. Top weights run 5th. And they got home the last 633.24. They run 111.44. So good on him, Wayne. Good on Gibbo too. Yeah, it's 3 winners for the day. Good on him.
Yeah, I left him out. I just thought he was jumping from a Class 1 to a Class 2 here.
I can tell you now, that was a much, much harder race. Oakfield Mahogany, and you got Devils in, you got hard to dismiss, No Quarantine. So... And No Quarantine's a 2 times winner. No Oakfield Mahogany's a 2 times winner. But, showed a lot of improvement and a good winner went through the line.
Yep, far too good.
You didn't have him in the quaddie?
No.
No, I'm out too.
Would have been nice.
Would have been, yeah. Sure. Anyway, 20, that's the way it goes. 13 beats 6, 2, 12. We got 1 left to go. Sun's starting to come down here. I must say this track's race really good, but it's good to get to a dry track.
Yes.
And I don't know what they do. We've got a Coffs Harbour meeting on Friday. I think they'll probably make some sort of decision tomorrow where they can transfer it. And sometimes you're hearing little mumbles that it may come here and it may even go to Grafton. So I've got no idea at the moment.
Yeah.
But they'll look at that, our stewards, and they'll determine that tomorrow. But well done to him. He's deserved. He's got 3 for the day. He's got a win on his dad's horse in the last because he wants it home.
Pressure's on. Well done, Gibbo. Key today was getting that cover.
Yeah. The other day just raced too fierce. I come out hoping to be straight behind the leaders, but there was just too much pressure inside me and I had to come back to that 3rd line. And although I was 3.5, I was always going to be covered up. I knew the horses that were pressing forward me were never going to get in, so I didn't even look for that one. I was, to tell you the truth, I was happy being 3 deep cover. Just give me the best feel. Every time I went to move, there was always acceleration there. And I was always confident I was going to pick him up. I probably picked him up a bit too easy and got there and floated a little bit, ran around, but got the jump done good and will progress from today.
Yeah, good win because he was jumping from a Class 1 last start to a Class 2 against some pretty tidy horses.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good form race, that. And if we can continue to ride him that way, he'll keep winning too.
Congratulations.
Well done. Well done to you, Gibbo. Well done to Wayne Wilkes getting 3 on the day. 13, 6, 2 and 12 across the line, Jason. 1 left to go. Race 9. We'll be back shortly to have a look at him in the yard for the last here at Port Macquarie. No worries.